What's up, guys? Um, I wanted to talk about something dealing with the travel bros, passport bros, SYSBM, all that good stuff. So, for the guys, that like to travel, we're actually in the minority, but it's a growing group. Okay, and what happens is that there's small group of guys who aren't very vocal about it except amongst each other and to other black guys that they are advocating to travel as well. I do the same thing. They get a lot of pushback, okay, from other black people in the community, even in, excuse me, even within the black manosphere. You get these blackety black, Umar Johnson, Hotep, tippity top, Afrocentric, conscious, woke motherfuckers that want to shade you for traveling. They either claim that you're too whack to find women in the US or that you're just off tricking in another country. And that could be so much farther from the truth. So, yeah, there are some guys that do their, let's say, special tourism in other countries, but all guys do that who go overseas. We're not sui generis with that. As a matter of fact, we're like the smallest contingent of that group because a lot of black people haven't been going overseas to live and work until like recently in such large groups now where you see people traveling and expatriating to other countries, partially because of the problems here in the US. But according to black women, every guy who goes overseas is basically just going off to these countries to trick off. And they claim that all the women overseas are somehow prostitutes. Projection much? Okay. No, that's not the case at all. Yes, there's some pay for play women overseas, of course, especially in these poorer countries. But still the case here. Okay. Arguably, it's a lot of these women here are prostitutes and aren't even forthright to admit it. When you have your Cash App in your bio section of your Facebook or Instagram, or your OnlyFans profile in your Facebook and your Instagram, you're a hoe. I'm sorry, you're a 304, whether you want to admit it or not. So, of course, these women are projecting onto the black men who have the wherewithal to travel and saying, oh, well, all those women you meeting overseas are prostitutes. No, no. And when they do end up in serious relationships with these women, they say, oh, you just want these women because they can be submissive to you and be your maid. So that's what they think. So they think a woman who will cook and clean for you while you take care of them and provide for them and protect them is being a maid. That's how far removed they are from knowing how to be in a stable relationship. Okay. And the guys are no better. So you probably catch more heat from other black guys than from the black women. Or maybe equally so. I'm not sure. But the black guys will shade you too. Like the has been rapper Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. I only have one subscriber anyway, folks, so it's not like he's going to see this. If he does, oh well, we can talk about it if he wants. But yeah, he wants to always shade the travel bros, passport bros, saying that they're going off, tricking off, stuff like that. The guys who go into the Dominican Republic. Now, I will say, it seems like the Dominican Republic is the number one destination for black people, black guys who don't really travel, because the guys who do travel, who like to travel like me, don't go to the DR. We go to Europe and Asia, places like that. But Dominican Republic, to me, is just an exotic LA or New York City. So I want something beyond that. But if your thing is Afro Latinas, that's cool. Do what you do. It's your money. It's your passport. Go where you want to go. Don't let anyone, including myself, tell you where you should and shouldn't be going with the money that you are spending to have fun and find peace. But I do notice, there's an overwhelming amount of guys who don't generally travel, who the DR tends to be their spot. That's cool. Whatever. I don't want to be there. I'm not into black women, so I'm not going to meet more exotic black women in another country. I'm trying to find something else completely, and that's what I find over in East Asia. But these guys will call these other guys corny, that they just tricking off on these women, that the girls they meet are inferior. No, the women you're messing with here in the States are inferior. Okay. And because you can't get away from them, you want to act like a crab and try to claw and bring us back into the fold with you because you don't have the wherewithal to travel, or you don't want to travel. You want to stick it out with these women here that's going to give you a headache for the rest of your life. The rest of us, we don't want to do that. We chose otherwise. We voted with our wallets and our plane tickets. We don't need to have these arguments back and forth, these gender wars and all this sort of stuff, with black women trying to tell them why they're unfit to be in long-term relationships and marriages. No, we can silently say nothing and just board a plane and go where we're loved. And if you have a problem with it, oh well, so be it. Stay stuck here in Baltimore and Philadelphia and Detroit and backward ass areas in Mississippi and Alabama and Oklahoma, and choose from the slim pickings that you can find. Us passport bros, yeah, that's where we're going. So I just want to say that to all the haters that hate on the black men who travel. We're not choosing prostitutes. We're not looking for maids. We're not running away. We're voting with our wallets and our passports and our plane tickets. And if anything, we're making it easier for you because there's less competition, since we're removing us from the equation. And most of the guys who can travel tend to be more successful, more educated, which is the sour point with the women. But it's also a sour point with the men who realize the fact that the guys who can travel have more to do than they do. But I'm just a contrarian, so